Uh, Hi, teacher and classmates. Tonight, Angie and I, we are going to talk about some chapters from the book Bilingualism, Bilingual Education, Politics, Policies and Practices in a Globalized Society. First, I'm going to begin with the first two chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Then, later on, Angie is going to explain chapter 3 and chapter 4. Alright. According to this, I'm going to begin with part 1. This refers to the politics of multilingualism and bilingual education. Refers to Mexico and the Mexican education system. And also, it refers to the historical evolution of Mexican efforts to provide English as a foreign language in the public primary schools. Later on, the authors explained the Mexican foreign language policy. In this case, they explain the definition of the language politics and policies. And then later on, there is an overview of the current national English program, emphasizing on the curriculum plan, the program structure, and some other stuff related to this national English program in Mexico. Later on, they talk about the achievements, limitations, and challenges, and then the recommendations, and finally the conclusions of this chapter 1. Then we have in here the part 2, that is the comparative study of bilingual teacher preparation programs in California and Spain. First, this chapter begins alluding to the European policies, which in 1992 established that the European Union shall respect its rich cultural and linguistic diversity and shall ensure that Europe's heritage is safeguarded and enhanced. Secondly, we have the USA policies, which in conclusion take us to this conclusion that despite these confining measures, language other than English continue to be present in numerous schools nationwide, largely as a result of the support of local communities and the verdict of seminal court cases. It's because of this we have to think about these English educational policies, both also in Mexico and Spain and California, to understand deeply what is all this issue of the teaching and learning English is about. So Angie is going to continue with the explanation of the other 2 chapters. Thank you so much.
In search of improving educational policies was created culturally relevant pedagogy. This is an approach to developing curricular and instructional initiatives that recognize the importance of validating students' cultural reference in all aspects of learning. CRP invites teachers, teacher educators, and policymakers to attend to students' academic needs, not merely make them feel good. CRP intends to engage students and teachers into a culture of academic excellence by transcending the traditional oversimplification of culturally sensitive matters. 3 principles are proposed that current bilingual in language, which policies should keep in mind for future revision and implementation as follows. Developing knowledge based toward ethnically and culturally diverse initiatives, expressing cultural caring when communicating with diverse audience, and building culturally congruent instructional practices. The author's proposals and analyses are only a voice to the current debates on the validity and potential of language policies in Colombia. One big issue that our society must respond to is the current polarization and radicalization of different positions in our nation. In the case of bilingual and language policies, the authors added their views to other calls in the Colombian literature for initiatives to stop marginalizing groups who usually remain away from these conversations. This was a contribution to a new conversation about how to finally reach a more encompassing view of education, teaching, learning, advocacy, and research of bilingual education.